Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. I thought in this video I would just go through some steps that you can follow on how to use the backup and file history tool that is built into Windows 10. And I'm doing this video as one of my subscribers had some questions regarding the backup and file history tool, so I thought I would make a quick video just to show you some steps to use the backup and file history tool. Now obviously the backup and file history tool is a backup tool in Windows 10 that you can use to back up your data and your files, and it basically creates a timestamp on all your files and data that is backed up. So if you want to restore your files or data, you can go to different timestamps and then obviously restore your data, and just makes it a little bit more easier and convenient. Now, to get to the backup and file history tool, we must just head over to the settings, update and security, and then on the left we just click on backup. Now I have just used an old 16 gig flash drive I found lying around today just to use in this demonstration. Obviously if you're backing up your Windows 10 data, you would most probably need something a lot larger than that, an external hard drive, and obviously a capacity to suit your data needs and the size of your data on your PC. So to use backup and backup using file history, we can see here, back up your files to another drive and restore them if the originals are lost, damaged or deleted. And then we just add the drive, and this will take a second or two just to initiate, to find my flash drive or pen drive or thumb drive, whatever you call it in your part of the world. And then you can see here, remove little disk. I'll just click on that. And then it's just going to initiate, and we can see now it has initiated, and automatically back up my files is the default. And you can obviously turn this off and do this manually if you want. But for this exercise, we're just going to leave it on for today. And then we just click on more options. And then obviously this just takes a little while to initiate. And now we are going to the backup options for the backup and file history tool. Just give it a second. There we go. And here we go. Obviously I haven't got any backups. I personally don't use the backup tool in Windows 10. I have other backup options, and obviously I also use the cloud as my backup solution. Now obviously it says here overview. I have no backups at present because I'm creating my first backup, and total space is obviously 15 gigs, which is very small. I'm just using an old thumb drive just to demonstrate today, but you obviously must just get something that is large enough for your data, and then your data is not yet backed up, and then you can also just hit backup now, or you can go back up my files every hour, which is the default, and then you have a couple of options every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Obviously if you're using it 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes and so on, you need to keep the drive plugged into your computer for that to happen. And then you can go right down to 12 hours and then also daily. And then keep my backups forever, that's default. And then you have some other options here until space is needed, which is, I think, is a good option to have. And then 1 month right through to 2 years. So those are your options. And then back up these folders, and then by default it's got all your user folders basically in your user folder already in the backup options. And you can see your favorites, OneDrive, my VirtualBox, Nextcloud, Google Drive, and we can go right through to pictures, documents, camera roll, videos, and so on, music, and so on. Now if we want to create a backup, we can also go to backup these folders, and you can also just add a folder. And then if there's another specific folder you would like, you can create, you can just click on that and choose the folder if you want to back up certain folders. And then obviously if you don't want it to automatically back up all of these folders, as an example, for example, save games, if you don't want it to back that up, you just click on it and you go remove, and then it won't back up that folder. So there are a couple of options. You obviously have to just play around with this a little bit because everybody's needs are different and everybody's backup requirements are slightly different to everyone else. So You will just have to fiddle a little bit to what suits you. And then obviously it will run a backup. And then I'm just going to go backup now and just give it a second or two. And backing up your data. And then obviously, if you whatever you set your time period backup my files to, it will then obviously re-backup those files in that time period. Now, if we just go down to the bottom, another option we have here is obviously backup to a different drive. If you, for whatever reason, don't want to carry on using that specific drive, you'll need to stop using your current backup drive before you add a new one. This won't delete any files from your current backup drive. And then you can just click on stop using drive. Now I can't click on this now because it won't let me remove the drive because it is now backing up my data. And obviously my data won't all fit onto a 15 gigabyte flash drive, but this is just for demonstration purposes. So I hope this just gives you an idea on how you can back up your data. And then obviously the most important one here is if you would like to restore your files, if suddenly you have a system crash or there's something goes wrong and you need to restore your files, you just go restore files from a current backup. And obviously I cannot show you now because my files are being backed up at present, but it says you won't be able to access copies of your files until this is complete. This might take a while, but then what you do is if you want to restore, you can come in here and find the timestamp or the day or date for the file or data that you want to restore. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. I hope you found this video useful. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.